Alright, y'all, it's Postman. Now, as a producer, you want to pay very close attention to this video, because this is probably the most important video that you'll ever watch. And I'm not just saying that. I probably said that in the past, and in the past it was true. But this video is more important than the video that I said that about before. So you got to pay close attention. Now, before we get into the actual topic of the video, which is going to probably put more dollars in your pocket than you ever have, in your life. But that's okay. That's okay. That's coming. But first, I want to say I love technology. Let me just tell you a quick little story. This video almost didn't happen. I had redid, well, not even that long ago. I had got Windows 7 because my last Windows crashed. So I had to reboot everything on this laptop. And my webcam software didn't come with the new Windows 7 I bought. So right now, it's the first time I was going to do like a quick webcam. Let me do a web video for my cast, my dogs, my producers out there, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't be giving enough, content. Sometimes I feel like, I got so much of this in here. Y'all be on Facebook blowing me the fuck up. Shout out to all the producers, Twitter. And, Postman, Live Off Beach. You just, that's on if you want to find me on Facebook. But anyways, so, so I'm like, I need some webcam software. I thought it would be just simple. So I went to Google, typed in webcam software. And, it was just unbelievable how fucking, difficult it was just to get a simple webcam recording software. I downloaded all this shit. It was always had bugs in it and it wouldn't record or it wouldn't do this. Then one motherfucker tricked me because it said download. You go to that site, I think it's called like CNET, and they had like some freeware you download. But you know how you go to them different sites and they have like an advertisement, but it says like download, so they like trick your ass. So the motherfucker tricked me into thinking that was a download. It was placed very well. And that's the shit I hate. That motherfucker tricked me and downloaded some software, some other shit I installed, and I hope it's not a virus. But what kind of shit is that? Like that's what's the problem with business now. It's like, just you don't have to trick people to get your shit. I want to go on a little rant there, but here's the beauty of it. So then I'm on YouTube and I realize that I don't even need a fucking webcam software because you can upload the shit right to YouTube. So I'm recording this right on YouTube. And see, that's technology. Now this is going to make me tons of money now, because not just with Live Off Beach, but because now I could just record the video without having to edit it and upload and all that shit, and it goes right to YouTube. That's amazing. And it's probably been there, but that's just the beauty of technology. It just keeps getting better and better and easier to make motherfucking money. You know what I mean? It's so beautiful. And the topic of today actually is about money. And I'm going to teach you some things that's going to shift the way you look at money, and it's going to change your entire life. Now, there's a few things I have to address in the community. One thing is this, man. I get tired of this shit. And I want to stay positive. I know y'all like Post stay positive. I'm stay positive, but I'm just some shit I'm tired of. I'm tired of motherfuckers like, man, Post, all you want to do is sell shit. I done seen some videos, some cats, some fat cupcake eating motherfucker made a video. I just happened to stumble upon it. He's trying to get some fame. I ain't give him no fame. I say no names because he's gonna get some fame. But it's this guy's trying to scam you out of producers. All you have to do is Google search and you'll find out how to market. First of all, if all you had to do was do a Google search, right, and get some free information on how to market and sell, then everybody would fucking be making stupid money. You know what I'm saying? That's the most idiotic thing. This is the information that I tell you about marketing is a closed, secret society type of information. You talk about Illuminati, the ability to sell anything to anybody. That's kind of marketing hype. But I'm just saying, the ability to take something and sell it and get people to actually buy it. That's some fucking deep psychological shit that is there. And luckily I had a mentor who is sold millions of dollars worth of shit and genius at this, has put the game into me. And so I give you the game. You know what I'm saying? But that's neither here nor there. I'm just saying it brings me to my point why I bring that up, because, this is capitalism. You understand what I'm trying to tell you? Like, and I don't blame that guy because he's overeating, himself to death. But I blame the school system. I blame the government. And the government is people. I blame the people not being intelligent enough to realize that if you live in a capitalistic society, right, the main thing that you need to teach a motherfucker in school is capitalism and how it functions, the money, everything about it, economics. That's more important than fucking trigonometry or writing a book report on fucking Shakespeare. You know what I mean? Like, that's because that's your very survival. And it's funny because you find most people have no clue on what the fuck it is. You know what I mean? They just know, well, I got to fucking have some money. I'm not gonna be able to survive and provide for my family or eat or live, have a place to sleep. And so what that caused a lot of disharmony in people, and actually hate for capitalism, because they feel like it's an evil system and it keeps people dying and shit like that. Which there are some things in capitalism and people who take advantage of capitalism that I don't agree with, and we'll get into that as well. But excuse me, the basic function of capitalism. Let me break it down so simple. They should hire me at a college course campus, and I will come in for 3 seconds. I won't even do it. They pay me $1,000, come for 3 seconds, and I'll explain capitalism to their class better than a fucking professor that's going to take a whole entire semester to tell you some shit, teach you all this shit. You don't even understand it. This is the basis of capitalism. You got to sell something to survive. Bam. That's it. That's it. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's the base. Out of all the shit out of books I done read, the basis of it. Now, of course, it's more complex. It has shit to it. But the basis of it is this. You have to sell something to survive. Which means you have to produce something to survive. See, I'm getting gay. Now, here's what fucks people up about capitalism. They don't understand that. They think that I don't have to sell. I don't want to sell anything. I have a job. I have a great job. I can go to college and get me a job. And see, that's where people fuck up. That's where you fuck up. That's the trick. That's what keeps you blind. Because even in a job, you're selling. What you are selling is your time. You are selling your time to somebody. And see, this is what people don't understand. You see, the basis of capitalism, you must sell something to survive. So what's great about that is this. Even if you don't have nothing to sell, you always have your time to sell. Now, that's not the best way to make money, but because time is limited. But even if you have nothing right now, you can always go out and sell your time. That's the idea of capitalism. And by selling your time, you can gain capital, money, and then invest in other things and multiply your time. Y'all follow me? Am I being too? Let me make it simple. You have to sell something, right? So most of you that go get a job, you're selling your time. An employer, a company, somebody is buying your time. Right? And that's what you're selling. So as me, I sell beats, I sell all kind of shit. Drum sounds, I sell informational products, I sell I sell services, I sell all kind of shit. Right? One thing I don't sell is my motherfucking time. You know, there's nothing wrong with it, but it's just my time is too motherfucking valuable. I could be using that time to fucking make something else that's gonna multiply my time and multiply my income. And that's a whole nother thing. And this whole video came about because a brother asked me on Twitter, what book should you read about money? He wanted to learn about money, and as a producer, let me tell you this: we are coming into a new economy, and now we ain't coming into it, motherfucker. We here. That's why the shit crumbling. The old shit is crumbling. The monopolies that were held. I'm gonna get back to capitalism in a second. The monopolies that were held by major labels and major corporations are breaking down. Now anybody can get on the internet and distribute their product, your beats, whatever it is, worldwide without basically no cost, the cost of a website, get you a PayPal real quick, and now you get money from all over the world. Now that has never been done in history. So what's happened is now everybody has these opportunities. You got to create the new economy. You got to go out and create business, because that's what you got to do. But what has happened is because the educational system, the dirty, the filthy, the just cookie, the downright ignorant educational system has not prepared people to understand capitalism, economics, and business, that they don't even have no awareness of that, right? They don't even realize that you're free now. This is the best time ever. Before, people, I hate going to work. You have people here saying, I hate going to work. Well, motherfucker, you don't got to go to work now. Your work is to get your ass on the internet and sell whatever it is you love to do. And you make beats, right? So you making beats. So your job is to sell your beats. Now I got to go backwards to move forward, because a lot of shit I know what's going on inside of you, because I've been there, done that. So here's one of the main things. You don't understand what money is. And I wish I would have had $1. That would have been smart. That would have been smart. If I had $1 in my pocket right now, $100, whatever, to really show you. Hold on real quick. I'm going to be right back. I'm going to go get $1, because this is very important. So I'm going to be right back. And I'm recording straight to YouTube, so I'm not going to be able to cut it and all that shit. So just bear with me. Just chill out, you know what I'm saying? Go grab you motherfucking soda or something. Don't grab some water. Grab one of these motherfuckers. Alright, I'm back. I'm back. Dollar. Okay. I'm out there. This is gonna change on. You should motherfucking save this video and give it to everybody in your family and everybody you know, because this is gonna change their life. I guarantee you. I promise you that. Now look. What's fucking you up, and everybody you know of, is this right here. What do I mean by that? You think this is value. You think this is dollar. You think this is the money. You think this is dollar. You think this means anything, and that's fucking you up. That's fucking you up. Let me explain it to you. This ain't shit, okay? But a piece of motherfucking paper. It's actually a representation of what the real value is. Let me explain this, because I know that could get way out there. You have beats, right? It's gonna be real. You're gonna get it as soon as I finish explaining it. You got beats, right? You make a beat. Now, the beat is the money. That's the value. I can't do shit with this. I can't eat a fucking dollar, right? I can't do shit with this. This ain't nothing. The beat, I can record over a beat as an artist and sell my music, and other people can use my music to get inspired, whatever. So the beat is the money. But you think this is the goddamn value. You spend your whole life trying to get this because you don't know what the fuck this is. Now let me explain what this is. This just allows complex trade and transactions. Let me explain that. Now, you as a producer have a beat. Let's make this brush a beat. Brush my shit in waves. Alright, now let's make this a motherfucking beat, right? So this just symbolizes a beat. I know this is a brush. Bear with me. This is a beat. Now, let's say there's another guy, right? You make beats. So you got a beat. And you got to motherfucking eat, right? Right? Think about it. You got to eat. So now there's another guy. There's a farmer. We'll just say this is a motherfucking tomato, right? So the farmer makes a tomato, right? You make a beat. You both produce something. Now, unfortunately for you, if there wasn't this here, you starve to death. Why would you starve to death? Because you need a tomato, but this motherfucker don't need a beat. He don't give a damn about a beat. He don't need it. He needs some motherfucking milk, right? So if you come to him and say, hey, let's trade. I'm going to starve to death if I don't have fucking tomatoes. He says, well, I would love to help you out, but I don't need no goddamn beats. I don't have a recording studio. I don't got nobody. My family needs to be an artist, so I can't fuck with you. I can't trade with you. Now what's going to happen at that point? You're going to starve to death, right? Because this motherfucker don't need a beat, but he got the shit you need. So that's where this comes in. What do you mean? This is what the power of this. This allows for complex trades and transactions. Because now, since you can't do this, you can take this beat and give it to an artist, right? Right? And what does that artist do? That artist is going to give you this. And now you can take this and tell the tomato guy and say, hey, I know you don't need a beat, but here's $2. Here's these notes. And now give me your tomatoes and whatever you need, because we all agree, right? The guy who has the cows, he's going to take this and give you milk, right? Because we all agree. So he goes and you give him this and he gives you the tomatoes. You give the artist your beats, he gives you this in representation, right, of the value of the beat. Now the artist, where did he get this from? He got it from selling his music to somebody else who gave him this. See what I'm saying? It's allowing all of us to trade with each other, even though you may not need what I have, but I need what you have. Now here's an IOU, here's a note saying, okay, Mr. Tomato Guy, give me your fucking tomatoes because I have to eat. And now instead of, I know you don't need any beats, but now you can take this $2, right, and go to the man who makes milk and trade with him and get his milk, right, and give him these $2. And then that guy who makes the milk can then take his $2 and give it to whoever the fuck he needs. He may need to pay rent, or he may need to hire somebody. So he takes it and buys time from somebody, or he may need to buy some type of equipment. You understand now? Now what's evil about that? Money is the root of evil. What the fuck is evil about that? That's nothing but transaction and trades going down, baby. That's all that is. But what has happened to us is because the school system didn't lay the foundational principles for us to understand the blueprint, the map in our mind. To see that, that's nothing, it's nothing complicated about that. Nothing evil about it, right? Not the root of evil. But because they didn't lay the foundation for us to understand We got our information from just preachers. You going to hell, you got the money. It's better to get to heaven than trying to get to heaven with money. It's better to put your eye through a needle or some shit, right? It's like, damn, I can't stick my nail, whatever the fuck they say. I don't know, they say all kind of shit, man. Money don't grow on trees, all kind of shit, money. But see, what happened was because you had no foundation in school, anybody could tell you anything. And your mind just accepted it as a foundational blueprint. And what you heard was from your neighbors. It was from people who wanted to suppress you. It was from all kind of different sources that was not the actual foundational principles. Just like I can't tell you 2 + 2 is 6, right? If I say 2 + 2 = 6, you're going to say, no, it's 4. But how do you know that? Because foundational principles you learned when you were a kid in school. So now people can't just come and trick you and say, well, 2 + 2 is 6 for whatever reason. Whether they want to manipulate it, whether they don't know themselves, whatever reason, they can't come and trick you. You understand what I'm saying? Now you get what I'm saying. So let's put it all together. What does this mean? Well, why am I saying this? One, now you have a basic foundation of what all this is: trades and transaction. You can't be evil. It's not wrong to have a lot of money. That's dumb as fuck, right? If you got 1,000 beats, you got a lot of money. What you don't know how to do is take that beat and transfer it into this, so then you can get more things that you want. See, that's all it's about. You understand what I'm saying? And so that's what marketing comes in. Marketing is that medium. Marketing is that medium that gets it so that way you have all these beats, right? You have all these beats. And now you need to trade them with artists. And so what that marketing does is it gets you out there, gets your name out there. Psychologically has them inclined to buy from you as opposed to buying from somebody else. You see what I'm saying? That's all. That's the marketing is a secret art form. It's the most important art form you will ever learn. You understand what I'm saying? Because that is what allows you to make money anytime you want, all the time, because you can take wealth, which wealth is everywhere, which is your beats. Everything is wealth. But you have to be able to communicate it, the value of it, to somebody else. And use mediums like the internet to get your name out there, to get your product out there. And then use psychological triggers and emotional triggers to make them more inclined to buy from you as opposed to not buying from you. See what I'm saying? So that's what this shit is all about. Now you have a clear understanding. So it's not that you're poor. If you have 100 beats, you ain't poor. You got wealth. What you don't know how to do is transfer that wealth into this, right? So that way then you can transfer this into something else that you need and want. You understand what I'm saying, man? This shit is so fucking simple. But you didn't learn in school. And that's what fucks you up. So you have all these negative emotions around money. And if you listen to people talk about it, if you look on the internet, they see somebody with a lot of money, they go, oh man, well he greedy, he got all that money. What the fuck are you supposed to do? Just sit on his ass and not fucking sell shit? Not create anything? Not produce anything? No, you should be always producing and creating and trading and transaction. That is the root of capitalism. And capitalism is the root of freedom. Let me say this. What's fucking you up too is you look and you say, well, there's people starving. I get that. I understand that we all have an innate spiritual base that wants us to see everyone doing well. I understand that. Does capitalism have flaws? The flaw in capitalism, if there is a flaw, is this. There is a way for people who don't have heart, who are evil people, who do evil acts, to use capitalism as a way to oppress other people. There is a way, but that's in any system. You can go to communism, you can go to any system. If evil people are evil people. Now, here's the problem. You relate evil people to rich people. That's wrong. I'm going to tell you some interesting facts. The most nicest people who have helped me in my life, some of the nicest have been rich people. People with millions of dollars. Some of the most evil, wicked people that I have ever met, downright evil, wicked, stab you in the back people, have been poor. Now, I'm not saying all poor people are bad and all rich people are good. I'm just saying money was never designed to be able to help you identify whether someone is good or bad. That's not the criteria in which you base your decision on whether someone is evil or whether someone is righteous or good. That is the two different functions. That's the problem. We put too much on money. We make money the determiner of how valuable we are as a person, whether or not we're men, or whether or not we have status, whether or not, someone's good or bad. You don't look at someone's bank account to determine whether they're good or bad. I mean, that's fucking foolishness. But I see that all the time, and you see it all the time because that's prevalent in most brokenness mentality. No, in all people with brokenness mentality. Because you don't have a lot of money doesn't mean you have brokenness mentality. Brokenness mentality is something totally different. We've been down that road. But I'm just saying, you feel me? And another idea is based on scarcity, and I put the blame on the government and the early capitalists, the early European capitalists. The early white motherfuckers, you white motherfuckers, and you may say, "Post, you be no, I'm not being racist. I'm just talking history now, you know." And all you white people watching this, now you know where this shit came from because they try to hide this shit now, right? This is what happened. Let me start breaking it down for you. This is what happened because Europeans at that time. Some speculate they had to go through an ice age, and they were in caves and shit. And this is what I learned from the other Europeans. They, you know, the European books I read. You know, because of the ice age, you know, they had limited resources, man. You know what I mean? And so they had to eat each other and shit like that. You know what I mean? It's just what it was. And when you look at other continents like Africa and Asia, all these other continents, these people had abundance of stuff. I mean, people weren't starving because you put fucking food grow out of the fucking ground. But because all the Europeans saw was scarcity, he created an economic system. And one of the root ideas of capitalism that I want to change in people's mind is scarcity. Now, they're not going to tell you this in all your new economic books and economic, because they like to try to hide shit in these. But see, I go back and I collect old ass economic books. I mean, shit, I got a book from 1932. You know what I'm saying? I got old and even books, and I study those because, see, those are raw. Those, they weren't worried about being politically correct and offending people. They told you what it was and what the shit was built on. And the shit was built on scarcity. You understand what I'm saying? Because the Europeans' mindset was that shit was limited because they had to fight so much over resources, because it's not their fault either. You know, I don't blame them, because that's, if all I saw was survival and I had to eat other people and stuff like that, and caves and stuff just to survive, I would probably have a scarce mindset too. But out of that, your current system of capitalism, the root of it was that there are scarce resources on the planet and we must fight over controlling them. And that's a that's the part of capitalism that it was a it was wrong. It was miscalculation, and that idea needs to be changed, because I would put it like this: there's abundance of resources and infinite resources within us, and infinite intelligence to make the most out of the resources that we do have, that there's enough for everybody and everyone can have as much as they desire. Now see, that's the rule of capitalism I would put in. See what I'm saying? Because that, the other way is what has people killing each other over this shit, which this ain't even fucking valuable. This is just imagine if you had 1 million of these. See, this is like playing hot potato. Now that's too deep. I don't want to get too deep in and confuse you. But let's just say the person who has the actual physical wealth, they're the wealthy person. This means that your ass better get rid of this and find a way to invest this, because let's say this shit went to zero. Now you stuck with 1 million of nothing. And the person who has the actual physical, like house or whatever, they have an asset. They actually, even if we started using, this went to zero and we started using diapers as fucking currency, they can sell that asset for 1 million diapers or whatever. You know what I mean? I'm just saying that's getting too deep in the game. But this is very important for you guys to understand, and that's the way things are. That's the way things are. Capitalism, and let me say this, because I have to say this as well. I'm a capitalistic person. I love capitalism. Here's why. Now it needs to be altered. Nothing's perfect. We got to look, readjust, see what didn't work, what was bad about it, and then make it good. I understand that's called evolution. So, you know, because something wasn't perfect at one time doesn't mean we can't adjust and course correct. You understand what I'm saying? That's a lot of problem we have. We don't understand about course correction. You don't hate something, analyze it, be intelligent about it, and say, okay, what didn't work, what worked, what do we need to change, and what will make it better, and then you go on like that. You know what I'm saying? That's called intelligence, something they don't teach you in school either. Teach you how to be a fucking robot. But anyways, and get emotional about everything. But that aside, capitalism, it does allow freedom, and that's what you have to understand. Freedom. Capitalism is freedom. Period. Period. You're free to be as poor as your ass want, or as rich as you want, or anywhere in between. No one can stop you. No one can tell you you can't do it. You are free to do what you want. period. Now, of course, there's rules and regulations as far as boundaries. You can't hurt other people, and these just for civilized. These are common sense for civilized society. You know, you don't want to steal, kill, destroy, right? That just common sense shit. You don't want to hurt your fellow man. You know, so within the boundaries of helping and creating and healthy competition, creative competition, I like to call it, capitalism does provide freedom because you can do as much as you want. You can sell your time and say that. And let me explain this too, because a lot of people are gonna say, well, what if you're born poor? What if you don't have the same access to opportunity? Shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Just shut the fuck up. Because I was born in South Central Los Angeles with all the people. I was on Section 8. Me and my family was on Section 8. You know what I mean? I lived with people who consider themselves poor. Now these same motherfuckers had Jordan shoes on. You know what I'm saying? It was down there, and there's a Burlington Coat Factory off Crenshaw and Imperial. And when I go in that motherfucker, you know, it's supposed to be the hood where people ain't got no money. The shit is packed, and motherfucking clothes is flying off the shelf. So don't hand me that shit about, you know, you just so poor and you just, oh my God, you know, I can't come up. And then, you know, it costs $5 to start a website and start selling some shit, and free to get on YouTube. So, you know, miss me with that shit. Now, what you need to be really saying is they never taught you how to build capital, what to do with $100. That's the problem. You don't know what to do with $100 to make it into $1,000. And how do you make $1,000 to $10,000? So let's say you had $100. I'm going to give you an example of how you build capital and build wealth, because they never taught you this. And I know this, you probably think, well, what does it have to do with selling beats? Everything. Because if you don't have this foundational shit, then none of this shit is going to matter. So here's how that works. What would I do with $100? Okay, here's what most people do. You give them $100, they're going to go buy food, they're going to go buy, and that's okay. Get your survival needs out the way. Then they're going to go buy Jordans, they're going to go to the movies. How much that movie Red Tail just came out. Now, to go to the movies, you're going to spend on one ticket and some food in that motherfucker, you're going to spend at least 20, 30 bucks. So then you're going to spend money on that, entertainment, right, alcohol. And some people who smoke weed, and if you don't smoke weed, you drink a little bit, or if you don't drink, you buying some clothes, or you doing something, taking your girl out. You understand? Don't tell me you don't have no damn disposable income, because I'm not going to believe that shit. But let's just say you had $100. That's what most people do. They would go spend it, not invest it. Now, what would I do with $100? Okay, if I had to start over from the beginning and I had $100, I would go downtown, anywhere downtown where I can buy something wholesale. I would buy, you can buy a pack of wholesale watches of 5. And I was a kid, my dad taught me how to do this. He did it, and this is why I had this mentality today. You take 5 watches. You can buy watches for $2. If you buy, let's say you buy 10 watches, you can get them for $2.50 a piece. Like, you know, the regular watches people buy, you know, even fake Rolexes. But I wasn't just selling fake shit. Just sell some regular watches. You know, they look nice. And for $2.50 a piece. So for $10, you could get how many watches is that? For $10, you can get 20 watches. So for $100, you can get like what? Fucking how many? Wait. Let me take. Wait. For $10, you can get 5 watches. There it is. Damn, folks keep calling. And I hate that shit too, man. And I meant to have my shit on silent. Now you don't answer the phone for somebody, they want to fucking call you back. All right, you know what I'm saying? Just leave a goddamn message, and I'll call you when I get time. That's the problem with the cell phone, just distracting, and people just feel so entitled to your time. But let me get back to what I was saying. I can't do my math in my head for some reason. Okay, let's say, oh, that's right. You get 4 watches. My bad. 4 watches for $10. That's how much you can get. So for $12.50, you can get 5 watches, right? Am my math correct? Wait. Right. So for $10, you get 4 watches. Okay. So for $100, you can get 40 watches. There you go. Now, each one of them watches, when I was a kid, I could sell it for $20 a pop, right? So now you got 40 watches, and you sell them for $20 a pop. You make $800. So you just made 8 times your money off of $100. You understand what I'm saying? So now you got $800 to work with as opposed to $100. So what do you do with the $800? Well, when the drug game, they call it, you got to re-up, right? You got to flip that $800. So take the $800, but don't take the $800. You take 10% and save it, 80%. So you take $80 and you stash that motherfucker. That's your wealth account. You take the other 80, you take another 10% and you put it in your give account. So that's where you're going to give out to people, charity, all that shit. Give out to homeless people, whatever you want to do with it. So you got $80 that you're going to save, you don't touch. You take $80 that's your wealth account. That's where your wealth is being built. You take $80 and you put it in your give account. That's the money you're going to give away so you can get it back multiplied. Law of the universe. So now you have, that's $160 over there. And then and really you supposed to take 10%, another 10%, $80, and put it into a splurge account. Now I have to get my splurge account. I've been doing the wealth, but I've read something recently, and I understand now that I'm doing it. I understand why you want a splurge account. So you would take $80 and you would spend that just on having fun, you know, like going to the movies and shit. So one you don't touch, that's the wealth building account. The giving account, that's the one you give away, and then the splurge account, that's the one where you're gonna be able to go and get your sneakers and have fun and go, you know, drink and smoke, whatever the fuck you need to do with that. Okay. So that leaves you with $240 gone out of 800. So now you got $560 left to re-up. So now you re-up again. But this time you ain't going to buy 40 watches, right? This time you could even buy something other than watches. But if you got a nice market for watches and they selling good, this time instead of buying 40 watches for $100, you can buy, how many watches? You could buy, let's say for $200 you could buy 80. And for $300, you probably can get a better deal. You can negotiate at this point when you start spending like $300. Now you're talking negotiation. $300, I could probably bet you can get about 250 watches, like literally 250 watches. And you slang 250 watches. Like I said, for maybe let's say $500 can probably get you about, a good negotiator. You could probably get about maybe 200 watches. I'd say you probably can get about 200 to 300 watches. I mean, literally, because them shits, I mean, you know, them motherfuckers cheap, you know. So I would say 200 to 300 watches. Let's just be conservative and say you get 200 watches, and you flip them for $20 a piece. Now you're coming back with $4,000. So now you just turn that 800 you made, you saved, did all that. Now you turn $40 into $4,000, right? Now that takes effort, right? You got to learn how to sell. You may have to pick up a book on selling. That's nothing out there. I would have bought a book on selling, you know, how to, you know, like the greatest salesman in the world or something like that. And I would have studied sales. Obviously, that's what I do. So I could sell a watch like nothing. But if you say, well, I don't know how to sell, well then go to goddamn library for $8, get you a book on how to sell. I mean, that doesn't take rocket science. In fact, I always stay with books on how to sell right next to me. Like because this is the most important skill. Even right next to me, I keep this. These are like my Bibles. You know what I'm saying? How to write sales copy, how to win any argument, take your sales to the next level, and the ultimate sales. These are just so I can pull up and just stay fresh all the time on my sales game. So I'm not bullshitting. Like the sales shit, that you gotta learn how to sell. And then, but anyways, now you got $4,000 to work with. And again, you take your splurge account, put some in your wealth account, you take 10%, you put it in your give account. You understand what I'm saying? Now you got like, shit, what? Probably around like $3,600 or $3,400 now. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like now you got like 34, so you flip that. You know what I'm saying? So you keep flipping and then you're doing bigger. And then you quit selling watches, or now you go get other people to sell the watches for you. Now you get your little team together. You know what I'm saying? Now you got a whole little team. Be like, okay, I'm put you on this corner to sell watches. I'm putting you over here. You go over here to sell your watches. Now you got a team. Now you sitting back. Now you moving into B quadrant. Because on that you was an S quadrant. You was self-employed. But now you sitting back, okay, now I'm going to pay these cats. And I'm going to give you 50% of whatever you sell. So now he's selling watches for $20. Your overhead is, you paid about $2 for the watch. So now you let's say you give him about $6, $7 a watch. So now you're getting about $13 a watch, probably about $11 profit. So you're getting about $10, $11 profit off the watch. You have him selling the watch, doing all the work, and now you got 10 salesmen out there doing it for you. See what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. That's capitalism. So how in the fuck can someone tell me that it's capitalism for they ain't got no goddamn money and that they don't have a way to become successful because you can start with nothing and say you had $0. Well, then that's the point of selling your time, because now you got to build capital to even be able to buy the watch. So now it's like, okay, well, let me sell my time for a month and save that money and then go invest that and start the watch game. So don't hand me that shit, man, about capitalism don't provide opportunities. Now, there's another thing I got to speak on that's fucking you up, and that's the people, the kids and stuff starving in different places that Europeans and colonialism has raided their resources and raked their lands and caused starvation by doing different sanctions and whatnot. Now that is where evilness and wickedness plays a part. Now that's not capitalism. Capitalism is a system. This is where evil, wicked people, wicked governments, right, that are doing wickedness and causing these atrocities on the planet. And part of the wicked people are us Americans. And I'm saying us because if I'm not standing up and fighting against the government, letting them people know and say we're not gonna stand for this, then I'm at fault too. So I'm putting myself into this. Governments like America who are doing these wickedness things. Now, I'm not anti-American, anti-government, but I'm anti-wickedness. And I'm using this to say that, we got to stop that shit. Raiding other countries and putting sanctions on other countries so people can't eat and no food can go in there and all that kind of shit, man, is corny, man. Like, we need a better world. Like, I'm for a peaceful world. We don't need that corny shit, man. That's what fucks it all up and why people tend to be so negative towards rich people and capitalism and whatnot because of that. And it's not all, most rich people are probably nice. I haven't met them all, so I can't say for sure. But the ones I met been cool, man, been willing to help. Hey, whatever you need. For the most part, it's just a select few, people who are just wicked, man. Some people just are like that. Just like you've met people, just like, this is an evil motherfucker. I'm gonna stay away from this person. I don't know what it is. I don't have the answers to life. I'm not here to give you that. But those are select few. And I'll say this, that most entrepreneurs and rich people now are working towards a better planet to ending these atrocities, and the solutions are out there, and that's why you should get rich. That's why you should get rich, because then you can do something about it instead of sitting on your motherfucking ass crying about the shit and complaining like most people, instead of getting up, getting rich, and having resources. Because all rich means that you have a lot more resources now to do what you want with them. So if you want to build a school or build a farm somewhere to help people, that's your choice. That's what being rich allows you to do. Being broke and crying allows you to sit there and cry some more. See the difference? So that's why I'm getting my yater. That's why I'm stacking. Y'all don't see me behind it. Y'all don't know what the fuck I'm doing here. But y'all just know this, that your boy is coming up strong. You're going to see me all over the motherfucking place soon. And the paper is going to be real serious. But other than that, you selling beats should be your main priority. Now, you go to a job and spend 160 hours a month there. Well, you need to be spending at least, man, y'all don't even be spending even 10 hours a motherfucking month trying to sell your beats. Making the beats, you spend all night. I've been telling y'all that from day one. Making a motherfucking beat ain't gonna put no money in your pocket. Selling a beat puts money in your pocket so you can spend it somewhere else. So I'm just telling you. So what was all this video for? You're a producer. What is for? Well, because I had to get, the negative programming and start reshifting your mind on what money is and what you can do, and hopefully it expands your mind. If you're intelligent, you watch this video 1,000,000 times. Well, I won't say, because I don't want to get too exaggerated, because then you're not gonna do it. I watch it 3 times. Watch it 3 times, and on the 3rd time, I guarantee you, you'll get something out of it that's going to shift your entire life on the 3rd time. So you watch it once right now. Right now, you just kind of say, okay, you learn some, some new ideas. 2nd time, you'll be, okay, I didn't catch that last time. The 3rd time is going to increase your awareness. So try it out, what I'm saying. Watch this shit as long as hell, but I'm entertaining, so you should be all right. Now, I'm getting the fuck out of here, get back to what I'm doing, which is getting this yater, this paper, call me the prophet of all prophets. Oh, and let me say real quick, I got some shit coming out with Blitz Beats. I hunted his ass down, and he's been killing. He's in everywhere, top of SoundCloud. So I got his secrets. I called him and did an interview with him for I think like over an hour, and just got all his secrets on traffic. This dude has some amazing stuff, and that's coming out. So look out for that with Blitz Beats, blitzbeats.com. He gives all the game. I said, look, man, don't hold back from the producers, because the more you give, the more you get back. So that's coming soon. I'm gonna get y'all that soon. I know I'll be busy and shit, but we come 2012. Let's get this shit in. All you bitch motherfuckers is crying all the time and got a little negative shit to say and this and that. Suck my motherfucking dick, man. And all you real cats out there, I love y'all, man. Prophet of all prophets here to help you increase the motherfucking profits, man, so you can live your dreams, and you can do it. It ain't even rocket science, man. It ain't even hard now with the internet. I'm sitting down in the motherfucking rooms, chilling, getting money. You know what I'm saying? That's the crazy. Like, you ain't even got to really even go out and slave at a motherfucking. You know what I'm saying? This shit's just so motherfucking easy. It's hilarious. You know what I'm saying? It's hilarious how easy this shit is. But anyways, I'm out of here, man. I gotta get back to work, man. I'll holler at y'all, man. I'll see y'all soon, man. Love y'all. Peace.